Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my key points on how to be more productive as a designer using this new MX Creative Console by Logitech to streamline my workflows. I also have a little surprise for you at the end that you're definitely going to want to stick around for. So yeah, let's get into it. Hello, how's it going? And welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new around here, my name is Louis. I'm a graphic designer and I've been working in the industry for 6+ years, from fashion editorial to sports marketing and onto branding and merchandise. I work agency side from Monday to Friday, and then I try and freelance and create design content in my evenings and on my weekends, which is a lot. If you're freelancing or trying to work on your side hustle on the side, I feel like a lot of that works into your evenings, works into your weekends, especially if you're trying to grow yourself as a creative and earn a little bit of extra cash. So productivity is extremely important for me, as I'm sure it is for you. Therefore, I'm constantly trying to put systems in place to help streamline my processes to make sure I can create the same high level of design in the quickest and most efficient way, meaning you spend less of your free time at your desk. And that's why I've been extremely excited to test out the new Logitech MX Creative Console this week, which has been allowing me to design with precision and creative freedom at about 10 times the speed. Been flying through the work. It's pretty sick. So let's have a closer look at the console, which is split into two different devices. So you have the MX Creative Dial, which is this large contextual dial, a fluid roller and programmable buttons. And then you have the MX Creative Keypad, which has 9 illuminated display keys, and then these 2 selection keys here at the bottom, which allow you to flick between multiple pages of actions. Both of these devices are fully customizable, are fully integrated with the Adobe Creative Suite, and can be used to trigger a mad amount of different controls and actions depending on what program you are in. So this is the default home screen, and it comes with a bunch of preloaded settings, so you can literally start as soon as you plug it in. It's super easy. These are probably quite familiar to you, such as the sound and the brightness controls, taking a screenshot and bringing up the emoji keyboard, which I still have no idea how you actually do on a normal keyboard, by the way. But the real magic is in the customization. If I flick onto page 2, you can see that I have created my own set of actions, which you can add to existing profiles, or you can make brand new ones, completely up to you. But they are fully customized to what I want. I currently have this set up for when I'm starting a new project. I have buttons to open all of my apps that I use on a daily basis, as well as open my Pinterest page for research and my Notion page for project notes, as well as my emails. So I can open my laptop and just get everything running super quickly. I have this one as well, which brings up my YouTube channel because I thought, why not? Do you know what I mean? Obviously that's really cool, but for me, it's within the Adobe Suite where this product really comes to life. As mentioned earlier, I'm always working across loads of different disciplines and loads of different projects, and no two projects are the same. However, a lot of the processes are. When you open it in one of the Creative Cloud apps, such as Photoshop, the console automatically switches to app-specific actions. Again, these are all the default ones that are the tools that you'd want quick access to, such as having the brush or fitting an artboard to the screen, as well as saving and exporting super quickly. But these can get pushed way further as you get the console to work for you, which is what I've been doing recently. For example, today I've been working on this Bloom logo for a friend's music event, and he asked me if I could apply an ink bleed effect to the logo. You best believe I've set up an ink bleed button. One single press of this button and you've got instant ink bleed. Unreal scenes. Not gonna lie guys, I am a loser. I have set up my YouTube tutorials as different buttons on this page so that they are just one-click effects. I also make sure they will have the custom thumbnails, because why not? So you tap this one, instant chrome. You tap this one, instant spray paint. You tap this one, instant CRT or bitmap. What more do you need? I have my logo and I can use my creative dial pad to zoom in, change the brush size and just tidy up a little bit if I need to. I found that using the dial pad is a way more fluid way to work, especially if you're illustrating or retouching. But I need to get these exported and sent over, and he wants them in a range of different sizes. As I was saying to you earlier, a lot of these projects will be different, but some of the processes are the same. For instance, there is always a social element to any project nowadays. So I can use this one-tap action to create all of these different artboards in the different size variations that I need: 1:1, 4:5, 9:16, and 16:9. Check everything's all good, and then again, just one more button to export everything into a package all ready for me. 2 minutes, done. What's that? Client feedback? Make it pop? Say no more. I've got a make it pop button. Do you know what I mean? Instantly applies all of those effects in one, exports them all, sizes simultaneously, 10 seconds, here you go. There you are. Make it pop. Make it snappy more like. So as I mentioned earlier about packing work into your evenings and your weekends, I also have a post and design process video that I need to edit today. I still edit all of my own videos, and it's where so much of my time goes, especially when it comes to YouTube. So the full integration of the MX console into Premiere Pro is an absolute lifesaver. So within Premiere Pro, I found myself using the dial pad more, being able to quickly and efficiently zoom in and out of the timeline, scrub the clip, play, and then using this one button to split the clip and ripple delete. Dial pad also has this additional action ring that pops up with various actions relating to whatever program you're in. In Premiere Pro, mine is set to some of the color setting options, so I can quickly click on it, hover, and then use the dial just to turn down my exposure whilst I'm flicking through my clips. It takes hours and hours normally to edit each video, so anything that can speed up this process makes everything so much easier for me. So if you're creating your own content or if you're a video editor, this is an amazing tool. Of course, with this as well, you have your creative keypad, which is full of lots of quick actions. Again, all of these fully customizable to set up for anything that you need. I'm just using the default settings here, which have some, tool selections and various export settings. Also, the whole Creative Console comes with a powerful customization software and the future-proof marketplace with plugins, profiles, icon packs, and much more. I'm still very much learning how to use this, but I'm finding it super exciting to come up with new ways and new ideas to streamline various processes that I'm doing day to day and how I can tie that back into this Creative Console. I am enjoying making my own icons and making it feel super personalized to me. It also fits seamlessly into the existing MX range. It looks nice on my desk, do you know what I mean? So the MX Creative Console announcement and pre-sale is coming out in September the 24th, and it's going to be in stock and available on the 14th of October. It also comes with 3-month complimentary Adobe Creative Cloud and obviously the Creative Console when you purchase it. And before you go, I want to show you one last thing. Now, it took some time, but have a look at this. Pizza button. No joke, this is set up. If I press this button, it will get a pepperoni pizza delivered to my door. Have we gone too far? Have we gone too far? Shall I press it? I might press it. I'm going to press it. Oh, yeah.
A few moments later.
Oh my God. Can't believe that actually worked. That is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to go and eat this. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again soon in the next video. So take care, and I'll see you in a bit.